bit of ring wear. This U2 Joshua Tree. The fire today is this one. It's Black Sabbath. Which is George Harrison's All Things Must Pass.
Oh, you're attacking.
Hello VC, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show records which I picked up from the 50s, 60s and 70s. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, yeah, these first three finds I picked out today actually at a market I regularly go to. So yeah, I will show you a 45 I picked up. I think this was like for 50p. It's a Herb Albert, This Guy's in Love with You, released in 1968 I believe. I think it entered into third place in the charts at the time. It may have been a #1 in the States, but don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. But yeah, I've always loved the song of Herb Albert's, and it's not often you actually find a picture sleeve of this particular single. Quite often they're generic. So yeah, glad to have this to the collection. I picked up this classic Steamer by the Stan Getz Quartet on the HMV label. This was what, a couple of quid. It's a bit rough. It's not too good, but I mean it's good enough for me. Turning over in the back is quite discoloured, giving a telltale sign of its age. So yeah, I think it's 59. This may have came out on the HMV label. As you can see, a few scuffs and scratches on the actual vinyl, which is a bit unfortunate. But you know, it's an old record now. You know, it's had quite a life. It's probably had, well, might have had more than one owner. Who knows? Who knows? But unfortunately, it wasn't in its inner sleeve, and I generally find when that happens, they do get a bit scratched up. More so than when they have their inner sleeves, I find. But for 2 quid, can't really argue. So yeah, nice little record. I'm not. Yeah, it's got to be mono, isn't it? It's got to be mono at that time. It was original, has to be. Another jazz piece I picked up. Oscar Peterson, Mellow Mood, exclusively for my friends. I see they reissued these again in a box set. I'm quite tempted to get it, but I'm still quite happy with these pressings. MPS German pressing. They're top quality. I'm glad to see that this was in its plastic sleeve, which is a very good sign. The record is very, very good. So pleased about that. This too was 2 quid. Or maybe it was a little bit cheaper than that. Maybe it was about 150, I think. Can't remember now, but it wasn't much. So do have a copy of this already, but I couldn't really leave it there in the market. You know, I just couldn't. It's, you know, it could have ended up being trashed or something like that, and I couldn't really leave it there. So I brought that one. Jumping into the 70s now. I picked up this Ringo's album. Don't know too much about it. From what I heard, it's not a particularly good album, but I did give it a listen and I quite enjoyed it. Fortunately, it's got some kind of scratch on there where the record gets stuck, but maybe I can repair it or do something. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but what I heard of this album, I quite liked it. So yeah, Ringo Starr from the 70's. This one, this record I have here is a bit rough. I think it's suffered a bit of water damage, and that's Dionne Warwick, The Collection. As you can see, a lot of damage there, which has led on into the inners. It looks quite bad. It is quite bad, really. I might not have brought this on another occasion, but this occasion I did. The record is fine, luckily. It's just the cover. But I've never seen it around before, and it's got all the hits on there, all the way into the 80's. Those two great 80's hits she had, as well as all her oldies from the 60's and 70's. So yeah, I'm pleased with this. Not so much with the cover, but I'm pleased with the actual material, you know. So yeah, it's like a cheap record, you know. Going into the 60's, picked up this Adam Faith, titled Adam. I did have a copy of this. It was very rough and beat up, and this one was in my record shop. It was actually quite nice. Not fantastic. Yeah, it's got a few marks and things on it, but certainly a lot better than my other copy I had. And it's got a bit of pen marks. I've done an arrow on there for some reason. But yeah, I believe it's an original pressing, mono. You can get stereo, but they tend to be a lot more expensive for some reason. I guess they're more uncommon than the monos. So yeah, I like a bit of Adam Faith. So I brought that again. And some more from the 60's. I brought this Herman's Hermits, My Sentimental Friend compilation. I had volume 1, I never had volume 2. This 2 was in the pound bin, and yeah, love Herman's Hermits, so I got this too. You might have seen the first volume, quite common. See it a lot around in charity shops. If you see them around and you like 60s music and you don't have anything of the Herman's Hermits, it might be worth you picking them up. I really like them. You know, some people think they're very middle of the road, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I like the music. They're very catchy. The songs are very catchy. And they're hit makers as well, similar to like the Hollies. They're not known for great albums as such. They're hit makers. So yeah, I like the songs they do. Manchester band. Another one of the Herman's Hermits. This time I picked it up. This one up from my record shop. Like in wasn't in like the pound bins or anything like that. I did pay a bit more for this one, and that's both sides of the Herman's Hermits in mono. So yeah, nice little compilation again with their songs. Some of their pretty good songs, some of their not so well known ones. So yeah, they got Bus Stop on there. I'm guessing that could be a cover of the Hollies version. Yeah, so yeah, 2 Herman's Hermits. And I brought an audiophile album. I don't tend to buy audiophile albums. I do have 1 or 2 nice pieces in my collection, like expensive audiophile type records. But I thought I'd push the boat out on this one. I heard it's a very good album. So I'm about to unbox it. I'm struggling. Normally you pull the strip and it all comes away and there's no problem, but on this occasion the cardboard has just decided just to fall apart on me, which is typical when I'm doing a video, you know. Any other occasion. Oh, here we go. I got it. Here we go then. Right. This is what I got. So yeah, basically I have the 50th anniversary deluxe version of What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. So yeah, really, I'm hoping that it sounds pretty good. But then I've heard some recent things that it's straight from digital, not analog. So I'm a little bit confused to why that is. I think they may have had two versions of this, and Europeans have ended up getting the digital version instead of the analog. So yeah, not quite sure what to think about that. Obviously I haven't actually played it yet, but I mean, if it sounds good, is it worth worrying about? I mean, I thought it was going to be an analog version. That's what I read on Amazon, and apparently the company changed their minds. I don't know if it's Universal changed their minds to have a European straight from digital, and there's a bit of mixed reviews on Amazon saying, you know, people are a bit disappointed about this and sending their copies back. But there you go. It's one of those things at the moment. What's going on? It's not just Mo-Fi. It's just some decent, or supposed to be decent, analog recording records, which they put in the plug on as well. So yeah. So hopefully, I'm hoping it will be fine. It will sound good. Am I going to notice the difference? Probably not. But it is what it is. Yeah, that's basically it, really. So yeah, there you go. It's been a very, very warm summer. I've been enjoying it, actually. I find it tends to sort of fizzle out when the kids go on holiday in the summer holidays. It tends to get a bit more cooler, but this year it's just seemed to be warm, you know, continuously warm. So yeah, it's been nice, actually. Anyway, write to me below in the comments. I will. I always do my best to respond to your comments, and take care. Till next time, bye for now.